It's happened again. A pro player has been banned mid-LAN match for cheating, this time at Call of Duty Challengers. And after some initial jokes about how it was probably all a mistake or a misunderstanding, Activision reportedly confirmed that, yeah, the player in question was targeted with a cheating ban. So now the question is, how much did this affect competitive integrity, and why did it take so long to figure it out? Before we get into the video, I wanted to let you know that we've just released a new video covering our trip to Tokyo. We got to experience the Snapdragon Mobile Masters and watch the teams battle it out in this incredible tournament. We had so much fun exploring the city and being a part of this amazing event. Thanks so much to our friends at Snapdragon Elite Gaming for sending us to Tokyo. And if you want to keep up to speed on everything that we got up to, you can check out the link in the description below. So on Friday, a tweet from The Rotation claimed that Jimbo, a member of Team Orbit, had been banned mid-LAN match, and they included a screenshot that showed only 3 members of Orbit connected. They followed that up with a short clip that appeared to show Jimbo locked out of his account. Jimbo then followed up with a tweet that said he'd be unbanned and there was no reason for the ban. Others responded to these initial tweets with disbelief. But of course, that isn't what happened. He didn't get unbanned. Instead, according to Breaking Point, Activision later confirmed that the ban was accurate and that Jimbo had been caught cheating. They did not confirm exactly what kinds of cheats were used. Activision later told esports that it was apparently part of a larger ban wave. Quote, yesterday, Team Ricochet executed a ban wave that impacted over 1,500 accounts across Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone for cheating and hacking offenses, the spokesperson said. So to be clear, Jimbo was at a LAN when he was banned, but it's not clear that he was actually using cheats while at the LAN. In fact, as Scump points out in his reaction to this whole situation, it might actually be more likely that they were solely used online.
I mean, imagine being him right now. You're cheating online. You come to the biggest tournament of the year with 3 of your teammates, and then you get them forfeited. I can't imagine the humiliation.
So who is this guy, and how helpful is hindsight in understanding what happened? Jimbo, who briefly went by the alias Lau, has been around Tier 2 COD for a while. And in fact, last year, he actually had a short stint with the Call of Duty League's Paris Legion. He joined Team Orbit in March 2023 alongside the rest of the roster, Gravity, Geo, and Wiz. However, earlier that month, before the signing, Jimbo had been called out by Doug Sensor Martin, who was the captain of Boston Breach Academy.
We had some issues with the team we played in the finals. We asked them for a monitor cam link when we went down 0-2. And they just refused to give it to us. They said that they would send it to us later, and I just asked them to add a delay and send it. And the reason I'm doing that is because a month ago, the same player asked me to monitor cam for him, and I did it.
The tournament in question was the 7th Cup for the North American Challenger Circuit. It was played online, and there was no official tournament stream. The player in question in that clip was Jimbo. And if you're not familiar with competitive COD, I just want to clarify that these cups are important. The prize pools may look kind of small, but the points that they offer are how these teams qualify for important events, so they do matter. These tournaments are run online, and during the Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War era, PC was actually adopted as the primary competitive platform for Call of Duty, including the Call of Duty League itself. PC is optimal for a lot of reasons, but no one's going to argue that it doesn't make cheating easier. Sure, it's probably not impossible to cheat on a console, but I think it's so much easier on PC that it's just fair to call it a drawback. So there were some questions about whether Jimbo/Lau was playing suspiciously better in online tournaments lately. As some people have noted though, Jimbo has been around longer than the online tournaments, or PC being the primary platform. My coworker Kai, you may know him from some of our shorts content, actually plays COD Challengers as well. And in the past, during Modern Warfare 2019, he played against Jimbo. He said when he played him back then that he was a solid, respected player, but that he didn't notice anything out of the ordinary. Recently though, Kai told me that in Tier 2 COD, it can be tough to know if the people you're playing against are legit or not. It really seems like once the online tournaments began, the suspicion started too. But Orbit, the team that Jimbo was on, actually played a lot of games during this period of time, and some of their recent ones were actually against Omit, the team that went on to win Challengers just a few days ago. Frankly, there's a lot of stuff that could have been affected by the cheating depending on when it happened and the frequency and all these other factors that we just probably will never know. But if you're asking how much damage could it have done, potentially the answer is a lot. At the same time, if you're a player who played against him, it would be easy to torment yourself with all the what ifs, go back over the video if you still have it saved locally. It's really not worth it at this point. Jimbo has been removed from Orbit, and as I mentioned, the rest of the team was disqualified, but it sounds like their qualification for Champs remains intact, which, assuming they didn't know, seems like the fairest option at this point. As for Jimbo himself, well, I tried to get into contact with him, but it seems like he's dropped off the map. So instead of that, let's go over some choice tweets. About a huge month after Cup number 7, this guy has the audacity to do this and then publicly flex on Censor. If you can do this without cheats, then why are you cheating? There's even one where he's complaining about cheaters. What else do I have to say about that? There's really nothing I can say about it. I can't imagine sending these in his position, and I'm kind of at the point where it's all so on the nose that I'm struggling to believe that it's real. Like really, it just doesn't seem real. I have reached out to Activision for comment as well as some teammates. I'll let you know if anything develops that's of interest. I know I just said that it was hard to believe, but it always kind of feels surreal when you see things like this. And it's hard to understand why somebody who's already playing at a competitive level would just throw it all away. But when it happens this dramatically in the middle of a LAN tournament, well, it's going to be hard for a lot of people to forget. And for better or for worse, I think the name Jimbo is going to be stuck in Call of Duty players' minds for a while. How many of you guys are playing BattleBit right now? $15 for the best Battlefield game of your life. You know? Actually, did you guys see that EA is getting split up into sports and games or whatever? EA Sports is like, you guys are too poverty for us. You guys keep making bad games. You guys don't have that Gamba money with Ultimate Team.